The adventure begins at a tiny cloister called Dragon's Rest, a haven where world-weary people come to seek peace, reconciliation, and enlightenment. Character number 1, Rollo Swiftfoot, a level 2 halfling rogue. He's got a background in burglary, or criminal, and he has a sidekick. Quippy is his sidekick. She is a spellcaster gnome, also level 2, a chaotic good alignment. They met in a previous adventure that I did not film, and I actually ended that adventure right after they met, and then I read DM yourself, and here I am. Basically, I have a very loose backstory where Rollo is being paid to retrieve something from the main character, Runara. So he has already been paid by a mysterious person. I'll either figure this out later, it'll come up in rolls, or I'll not worry about it. And he has his sidekick, Quippy. He saved Quippy's life in the one session that I did role play and play out. And so she feels indebted to him. She's a bit chaotic, and she just feels cool with going along for the ride, though she is kind of struggling with his thievery because he's got very sticky fingers. But we'll figure that out anyways, because she's also not quite as good as she seems. Anyways, we're going to roll the immersion table. We're going to roll a d6. 1. Smell. All right. Our ship is coming in, and the smell of the ocean just fills up the air. Rollo is standing on the highest point in the back of the ship. Quippy's looking towards the front as we come in. He's pensive, thinking about his job, and she's excited, ready to get on with it. Welcome to Dragon's Rest. Your journey was uneventful, but the island visible off the bow promises rare wonders. Seaweed shimmers in countless brilliant colors below you, and rays of sunlight defy the overcast sky to illuminate the lush grass and dark basalt rock of the island. Avoiding the rocks jutting up from the ocean, your ship makes its way toward the calm harbor on the island's north side. And if you couldn't tell, this is beach. A large, open-air temple comes into view, perched on the edge of the cliff high above you. The ship drops anchor at the north of the harbor, and 2 sailors row you ashore. You have plenty of time to admire the towering statue at the center of the temple, depicting a huge crane and a small, wizened old man. A long path winds up the side of the cliff to the temple, dotted along the way with doorways cut into the rock. The sailors set you ashore on a rickety dock, where a large rowboat is neatly tied. They point to the base of the path and wish you good luck before they row back to the ship. Your visit to Dragon's Rest begins. We get rowed ashore. Rollo is ready to go. Here you go. Go ashore. These guys go away. Are you ready to tell me what we're doing here, Rollo? Rollo looks Quippy in the eyes and says, no. And he turns and goes straight towards the stairs. Quippy sighs and begins to trudge after him, momentarily distracted by a beautiful shell that she sees nearby. As you're about to leave the beach and start your climb, you hear a ruckus of splashing and a wet, gurgling moan behind you. 3 figures are shambling up from the water's edge, about 30 feet away. They're dressed as sailors, but their skin is gray and they look drowned. Seawater drools from their slack mouths as they lurch towards you. Okay, so we're 30 feet. 30, okay, we're gonna do here. So the 3 shambling sailors are zombies. The animated corpses of sailors who died in a recent shipwreck. The characters face a choice. We can turn and fight the zombies, or we can continue up the path and leave them behind. Okay, so in this instance, I am going to emulate Do We Get Away, because obviously I can't make all the decisions as the same characters. So, does Quippy get distracted long enough for these guys to sneak up on Quippy? I'm gonna get Mythic out. So I think it's very unlikely that she is going to get caught up by the zombies. So I'm just going to say that, and it looks like I have to roll a above 25 to just get away safely. So I got a nat 1. I got a nat 1. Quippy is utterly distracted by this beautiful seashell that she sees. She's turned towards it, completely oblivious, and the zombies approach quite closely. Honestly, there's one on her, and there's one right behind her, and then this guy is actually just not that far behind. I'm not trying to kill my guys in the first round. Yeah, we are rolling for initiative at this point. I don't know how to roll for initiative. How do you do that? A dexterity check. Ready for initiative, y'all? So we're rolling a dexterity check, right? Can you please explain to me with an example showing 3 characters? Initiative. Rolo has 11. Shit, the zombies got 19. Okay, zombies got 17. And then my gal got 10. She got 11. Okay. Quippy's going last after Rolo. This is going to suck. All right, we are in battle, and Quippy whips around suddenly when she realizes that there's fucking zombies right behind her. This zombie's gonna move here and melee her ass. So let's see. He's going to use slam. Okay, so this guy is straight up smacking Quippy. Quippy's AC is 12. This is not looking good for Quip. All right, he rolled a 7. 7 plus 3, 10. Oh, he whiffs it. Quippy, intensely staring at the seashell before her, doesn't hear the zombies creeping up on her. Jerry, which we're calling this one in the sailor hat here, steps up and starts trying to swing at her. And just at the last moment, she flips around and screams. Ah! Rolo was already halfway up the stairs when he hears her scream, and he whips around. And they're both surprised, so they're unable to move this turn. But thankfully, this first zombie missed. The second zombie now is going to continue. And 15. Okay. He makes this, and then he is also rolling to hit. 13 hits. Now, how do I roll for damage? I'm taking the average. I take 4. Ouch. All right. Ouch. If I am bitten by a zombie in Dungeons and Dragons, do I have to worry about my character becoming a zombie, comma? I don't see it on the stat block. The second zombie lashes out at Quippy and gives her a deep skash. Skash? What's a skash? Gash on her arm. She's bleeding out. This is a 5-foot area. The zombies are just piling fucking in on my ass. All right, let's see. Does this guy hit? Oh, 17. That definitely fucking hits. All right. 17, 4 again. Oh, ow, damn. All right, Quippy is at 5 hit points. Shit. Quippy is having a rough fucking time. She has been slashed twice. The third zombie, we're calling him Ben, comes up and swipes also at Quippy and gashes the front of her, ripping her clothing open and giving her a deep gash right across her sternum right here. So now she's got gash here and she's got a gash here. Oh. Quippy is yelling and screaming at this point. So because I got a nat 1, this guy can't do anything, and they are dogpiling on Quippy. She's going to die if something doesn't happen. It is round 2. Quippy has been attacked multiple times, and both her and Rolo are surprised and stunned from this nat 1 that just kicked our asses. Quippy might go down this round. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll this for all 3 zombies. We're gonna see if they hit Quippy. Wow, Quippy got really lucky. Does not hit. Does not hit. That was really close. Quippy is able to regain her bearings and just shake off the zombies, push back at them a little bit. All 3 of them missed as they try to swipe at her again. She is going to back the fuck up and heal herself. 1d8 plus my spell casting, whatever. 4. So 7 plus 4. My girl's at max health again, thank God. All right. 20, 25, 30. Quippy is out. Quippy reaches deep within herself and casts cure wounds on herself. bringing her back to full health, and she dips out. Thankfully, she's speedy. These guys are not. She is out. She is behind Rolo now. And she's like, bro, why did you leave me like that? Rolo goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that they were there. It is now Rolo's turn. He is going to attack them. He's got a short bow. Where's my short bow? That hits. And now I'm rolling 1d6 plus 4. 6 damage. Okay. So I've just decided that this is causing quite a commotion here. I think it would be pretty reasonable because we're past the staircase and we're in the first little courtyard of the map area. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start rolling a mythic chart on the mythic chart to see if other people notice what's happening. It's very likely that other people have noticed. I messed up the first roll where I was supposed to roll I rolled a d20. It's very likely that others are noticing the commotion. So what do we get? 13. An exceptional yes. People are definitely noticing. So I'm going to move ahead a little bit because I think kobolds are going to notice. We're causing quite a scene now, and the kobolds, a whole amount of kobolds are coming down the path to see what is up. They're like, what is going on? What is all this screaming and commotion? And they're probably going to help us, I would imagine. Kobolds, 13, 15, they're faster than us. A bunch of kobolds hear the commotion and they come ripping around down the mountain, and you see 5 sprinting towards you. Past this large statue here of a dragon. And ta-da, you have some backup. Round 3. Boy! Zombies are first. This zombie, the most hurt one, is like, I don't care, I'm coming to get you. Oh shit, Rolo did not move, and that is on me. I should have moved him. So my guy's about to pile up on him, but now I am literally on my staircase right here. Comes up the staircase towards Rolo. Rolo puts away his short bow and gets out his short sword. 4. I do not think that hits. This zombie does not hit me. He makes a swipe. Rolo, now having just put away his short bow, leans back as he gets his sword out. 15, 20, ends his turn right there. 5, 10. These are all lined up. They can't climb past each other. He doesn't have enough. He would end up in the square. So he's stuck. They're just piling up behind each other, roaring. He doesn't have any melee. This is actually cool. So there's a cliff right here. I didn't think to delineate it out. Okay. There we go. Kind of differentiate the cliff side. I don't know if I'll do this every time because it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's good for this this battle part. Is that 30 feet? Probably. So he's probably, honestly, he's supposed to sling up right here, and we're gonna say it's like on the edge. But 30, he's getting closer. Just want to see where they're all running forward, and then I'll do 5, 10, 15, 30, 5, 10, 20, 30. We are gonna annihilate these zombies. So the kobolds come rushing up. They can't get past where Rolo is on the stairs, but they don't need to. They got slings. All right. So this guy hits. This guy hits. This guy hits. This guy hits. This. I'm gonna take disadvantage. Okay. So they hit anyways. So even with disadvantage, we are striking these guys. We're just gonna do 4 damage each. We're gonna take the average. The light green kobold gets on the little cliff bit that's right there, and he looks down at the zombie that's right in front of Zolo, and he takes up his sling and he whips it down at his head and pings him. Ow. Oh, the zombie wobbles but does not fall. This second kobold also winds up right where he's at and does the same thing. Ping! Right in the head. Oh, the zombie does not fall. He's pretty far away, but he thinks he's got it. So he winds up, and you see that he fucking angles it, launches it, and everybody watches as it flings through the air. Ping! Right in his head. This zombie got pelted with 3 rocks all at the same time and just topples off of the cliff face. These other 2 zombies go ahead and, not to be outdone, they come up and they both sling and hit the second zombie with sailor cap and hit him pretty good, honestly. 2 pellets lodged in his skull and stuck there because he's a little sticky. He's a little like dummy because he's come from the water. So you just see these pellets like stuck and lodged in his head as he shambles forward. Quippy's pretty shaken, I would say. I guess we could do bless because we're probably gonna have a short rest. You're metagaming. Quippy is going to fucking bless them. Like, I just had to think, what would Quippy do? No, yeah, Quippy just got mauled by the zombies, healed herself, sees this massive flood of kobolds rushing in to come to the rescue, and has her buddy right in front of her. Yeah, she's going to use bless up to 3 creatures. All these guys right here are in range. 1d4 on their next attack. Rolo's turn. So Rolo had put back his sword, put away his bow and taken out his sword. He sees the kobolds and he raises his sword and he sheaths it again and takes out his short bow and pulls back a bow. What is that? It was a 6. An 8 hits. Barely, but it hits. So we're gonna roll a 6. 3. Right now we're at 3. 4. Yay. Woo! How underwhelming! Taking his bow, he lines it up and releases it straight into the zombie's face. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit quite here and it hits like here. So while it does some damage, it's not the stunning blow he was hoping for, and I was hoping for. God damn it. End of round 3. All right, round 4. Fight. So what are we doing here? The zombies are still in front, so they get to go. We got this guy, and he's going to come right up here. I guess, once again, I forgot I can move Rolo. He's decided he's the tank in this situation. It's actually doing pretty good because it's keeping the other zombie right the fuck there too. So he's basically made a chunk hold point. So it's worked out in his favor. This zombie in the front is going to go ahead and try to hit Rolo. So he's going to roll his d20. Oh fuck. Shit. The zombie hits a d20. Ooh. There are no critical hits. I want to keep critical hits. You're not supposed to keep them in DM yourself, but I think I want to, and I'll just experience it. Maybe I'll drop it if it becomes too hard. But since I am adhering to that, I'm going to continue to do that. So this zombie is going to roll 4. We're doubling that. Rolo gets hit for 8 because the guy got a d20. I think that's reasonable. I mean, if we take away the nat 20s. Like, what's the point, right? Ooh, that's why, because 8 is basically half of my life. Damn, if they get another crit, I'm done. I better move. This zombie, a little damaged, a little tattered. It's got the pellets still sticking out of it. At this point, launches itself at Rolo and bites him directly in the neck. Rolo starts screaming his earlier bravado, melting as this zombie literally chews on him. Beginning of round 4. All right, this zombie is oh shit. This zombie can move behind. This zombie crawls past this other zombie to take a swipe at Rolo. Oh shit, you better not get in that 20. Woo! You got a 15. That's a hit. 4 damage again. Rolo is rough. Rolo is hurting. That ends the zombies' turns. Now it's the kobolds. 15, 10, 15, 20. These kobolds are now all within range, and they are ready to do some damage. 8 to hit. Okay. Everybody gets it except one guy. So we're just going to say that the orange one in the back, he takes too long running up and he trips a little bit and he whiffs his sling, but all the other kobolds do strike. 4. Jerry's out. Jerry is done. Goodbye, Jerry. One zombie left. He gets pelleted as well. You see one sticking out of his forehead and the other one's hitting each other. No, shit, I forgot. These kobolds had bless. We're gonna add 4 here. 3. Oh, nice. These guys, the kobolds, 3 of them had bless. That one took out Jerry with his blessing. The other 3 kobolds launched into the last zombie. Quippy cast Sacred Flame on this guy over here. We're gonna do Radiance Descending past the cliff face down on this guy. Is this a D8? Ooh, this is a D8. Look at that. It's a cute D8. Oh, 8. Okay, 8. This guy's toast. The zombie is inflamed. The last zombie literally engulfed in flames, and then the ashes. The kobolds turn to our heroes and they eye you curiously while the cloister's residents that are milling in the back now, staring at this cluster, are dressed in more simple clothing. There is no one carrying a visible weapon, especially as the kobolds slip away their slings. One of the kobolds pipes up with, "What is your name?" And at that, all the kobolds begin barraging you with questions. Where are you from? Are you okay? That was pretty rough. Good thing we heard you. Wow, that screaming was loud. So my guy here is going to definitely want to take a break and rest up. He's really hurt. He needs to heal. My characters are feeling completely overwhelmed at this point. They weren't expecting to get ambushed by zombies. Rolo's really fucked up. My gal, Quippy, has no spell slots. She's used up most of her healing and bless and things. They're rough and they feel completely overwhelmed by these really happy and excited little kobolds just rushing them. The chattering of the kobolds falls silent as a new figure comes into view, descending gracefully from the upper part of the cloister. She's an elderly human with weathered brown skin, white hair in tight braids, and kind hazel eyes, dressed in a simple white robe. She's got a blue robe on, but whatever. In a simple blue robe. She smiles as she draws near and extends her arms in greeting. Welcome to Dragon's Rest. May Bahamut's guidance lead you to whatever you seek. Are you okay? The kobolds part and allow Runara to approach, and she says, "Oh, I see you're hurt. Thank you for taking on the zombies that were attacking the cloister. I do appreciate that. I see you're pretty hurt," she says to Rolo, noticing he's clasping this blood just pooling from his neck, while Quippy now tends to it and staunches it. Feel free to have any kind of rest here. There's an empty room over on the 3rd doorway. And she points backwards. Further up the cliff face, you'll find our community kitchen. Feel free to have whatever you need up there. I need to now decide what I'm going to do. So Rolo is here to steal some shit, and now he's a thief. He's worried about his own pockets, but she's showing him a great kindness. He's really hurt, and she's like, "Hey, come use our shit. Feel free to stay as long as you like." She's mentioned nothing of payment, which he noted. And he's kind of ignoring Quippy at this point, and he knows that they need to rest. So he's going to take her up on his offer, and they're gonna basically take a rest. How does a long rest work? All right, I think that'll be it for my video, for sure. All right, so that was an hour and a half of gameplay. I spent a lot of time looking up rules and reading things and rereading things. I use ChatGPT as a kind of assistant since D&D is so popular and ChatGPT has stolen everybody's information. It's pretty well versed without asking it direct what's on the manual pages, but you can ask it questions and it's generally correct. It might be leading me astray, but for the most part, if you ask it a couple times, and I researched with Google, it really helped me with understanding a lot of the rules. Like I was like, explain initiative. Explain this. And now that I've played a session, I kind of know what I need to go research and write down on cheat sheets to make this a little bit easier for me for my next session. So that was very helpful, having ChatGPT kind of be my assistant game master rule verifier checker. I've also used ChatGPT before to create some of these character images and also to help me with other role-playing systems. Like when I first played Rolo and Quippy for the very first time, I did all of that kind of in theater of the mind without minis or anything, and ChatGPT helped me with a lot of brainstorming and setup and talking. So I just want to mention that because I've been using AI a lot to just assist me when I don't have, you know, a group to play with or bounce ideas back and forth with or ask questions about rules. I specifically decided to play a starter set of Dungeons and Dragons because I have been playing solo RPGs for about a little under a year now, and I immediately started with Ironsworn, and then I went to Iron Valley, A Thousand Year Vampire, and a couple of other genres and types of things, and I was just trying everything. And I found that even though theater of the mind is fun and journaling's all right, I was like, I want something more. I wanted something a little bit more, and I didn't know what it was. I kept trying, and I honestly don't even remember where I started, but I decided to start making minis recently, and that really popped for me. That really got me excited. I wanted to like set it up and record it, which I set it all up, and now I'm like super into doing it. I really like seeing it and being inspired by what's happening here, because I built these sets and I have this little staircase right here. That was really fun that we got a little chokehold right there, and it was something that I could visually kind of imagine a little bit easier than purely in theater of the mind. I plan on doing this with the rest of this adventure, which I'm playing the Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And you kind of have to look at the maps, you kind of don't. I am playing with DM Yourself by Tom Scutt. And that's a really great resource for me, which I'm basing primarily on how to read and digest this. So basically what I did is I read DM Yourself by Tom Scutt, and then I wrote down all the major little things in my little notebook here. And then I reread it recently again before I started playing, and that's really helped me kind of dive into what rules and how I'm deciding to do things. I decided after reading DM Yourself that it had a lot of rules that I felt that were just a little bit too crunchy for me, and I didn't really want to have to remember to go back and look at things and do things. And that's why I used Mythic Game Master Emulator twice during the session. So Mythic Game Master Emulator 2nd edition by Tana Pigeon is a really great resource, which I can also recommend. I really want to buy the hard copy for sure. And I really love using that. And what I did do is there's an app that was sponsored by her for Mythic Game Master Emulator. And this is just a really easy way to get the chart available. And like, basically you have the fate chart here, which you can scroll through and change. I'm not doing chaos factor. I'm just using this for when I want a little help with how likely is this thing to happen right now. And let's just roll it. And that I think will help me kind of get away from these decisions that would be usually made by a group. This first scene, a group decides, do we want to engage or do we want to run away from the zombies? I'm playing all the characters, so I'm going to take that decision away from me. Do the zombies notice me? And so I accidentally messed up that first roll, and I rolled a d20. I got a nat 1, and I got excited about my nat 1 that I didn't realize that I had done it incorrectly. But the second roll, I did do it correctly, where I rolled for a d100. I have a lot of other things that I got extras. I wanted to support a local bookstore that I enjoy, and they had these cards on discount there, which is why I bought them. They've got a couple, it's specifically for the Arcane set and the Bard set, so I took the Cure Wounds and I wrote in on some cards with a white marker. I have my props that I made. I did a lot of glue gun. I am primarily sticking with cardboard and things that I find. I very specifically don't want to participate in resin and adding more plastic to the world, but I have a friend who has a certain knack for picking up toys. They always find toys on the street, and they always bring me them, so I just decided I'm going to start incorporating them into my games. I didn't want to, see, I'm a little bit lazy. I didn't want to build a statue, so I just used that. And then I changed the name of the statue in the text. And I'm probably going to build the next scene a little bit differently because I don't want to spend too much time building. Eventually, I think I'm going to find my niche with what I want to spend a lot of time on, micromanaging. But right now, I really enjoy how functional and quick this is, and I can reuse these things. Right now, it's very easy for me to pack this up, and I have some space in my room. And I'm going to try to keep it low. So I'm hoping that I'll have reasons again to use things like my bookshelf. See, I made a very cute little bookshelf. This took forever. I hand drew all that. And then I did one with bigger books, bigger scale books here. And eventually I assume I'll have more little mini pieces and stuff. And that's really entertaining for me. I've really enjoyed doing that. For my little characters, I have used printableheroes.com and then colored them by hand with markers. There's a couple of my characters that I made with AI. Printableheroes.com, I'm cheap. I didn't want to pay anything. I used the free resources. And I already pay for a ChatGPT Plus subscription. And I have access to free art programs. So what I did, these were my first ones I made. This is Rolo. This is supposed to be Runara, but I'm probably going to remake her because Runara is supposed to be a brown woman. This is definitely a white woman. And a couple of other characters. Oh, I don't have them out right now. So I have a couple of other characters. And the zombies I'm actually pretty proud of. These first ones look kind of janky in my opinion, but I got better at the prompting and knowing what I did. And the zombies came out pretty good. I do want to talk about the ethics of this. Ever since ChatGPT came out in March of last year, I think it was, that I got access to it, I've been pretty heavy into using it for my gaming purposes and brainstorming videos and other things like that. I use it for my creative process. I don't make money from any of my creative processes. I believe in sharing things for free like this. So that's what you're gonna see here. I'm not gonna ever monetize the channel. I just want to produce things and use them. And I am honestly very discouraged and worried about what's happening with AI right now. So it's something I talk about on my social justice channel. Please let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular. I really don't know what I'm doing with this channel or what exactly my end result's going to be. I do think that editing these videos is going to be a lot of effort to get rid of the ums and the ahs and the me frantically. What rule is this until I'm more proficient? So I'm not sure about how much effort I really want to put into that, but I did enjoy playing like this and I enjoyed showing it. So I hope this is helpful for somebody. I would like to thank the entire solo role-playing community across the board because I have spent the last 9 months consuming everything on Reddit about solo role-playing, and it's got me here to this point, and I'm thrilled. I am thrilled to be here. This is super fun. All right. Thanks for watching, and drop a comment and tell me what you want to see.